Hey gentlemen, this is Chris Craney here with America Homes, and I thought I'd do a quick little video message for you. I know that we just spoke on the phone in terms of some basic questions that you and your partner had when it comes to buying in the States and Florida specifically. One of the things that we talked about was your taxes, and you being a Canadian citizen, actually, it's pretty easy. Just like all foreigners as well, you need to form what's called an ITIN number, an International Tax Identification Number, which is very, very easy. An accountant firm that we've been working with for years now, I think they charge about $99, $150 or so at most to form one of those. And like I said, that's basically your social security number here in the States. That will allow you to file taxes, build a credit history, and kind of keep the proper paper trail necessary for your investing purposes, especially if you want to refinance in the future. And when you go to sell the property, it makes the process much, much easier, as well as keeping up with all of the unnecessary annoyances that come along with filing taxes. The next thing that we discussed as well too is an LLC formation. Now, when you invest with maybe a friend or two or different relatives, it's always better to form an LLC, a limited liability company, for a couple of different reasons. One, it's great for personal asset protection. So just for an example, let's say worst case scenario that have never happened, fortunately, that we're aware of, a house just all of a sudden goes and gets taken away by a tornado. You're protected as a person, and it's the company itself that is going to be responsible for the renovations and everything like that. So if there's an issue with the property structure itself, everything falls under the protection of the umbrella of the company itself. And also another great thing about an LLC is each individual owner of the company will have their shares. So let's just say, for example, you buy a $100,000 property and there's three of you. And one person pays $50,000, one pays $20,000, and the other pays $30,000. So obviously one person will have 50% of the company, 20%, and 30% respectively. So it's much, much easier to determine who gets what in terms of the profits and the capital gains when you sell the property. One of the things that we talked about briefly as well too is mortgages. Now, being a foreigner in Canada, it's a lot easier for you to get a mortgage through TD Bank, for instance, or BBVA Compass. They have large presence in Canada. However, when buying your first investment property, the interest rates are quite high, and what you'll pay in additional fees, and closing costs and mortgage costs and everything like that, it's really going to make it a quicker addition to expenses that you would originally have to worry about paying. So I always like to advise, if your first property, especially when you're buying with others, to buy it with a cash purchase and then refinance that property in the near future, so then you can leverage your money more and you could possibly get a better rate, because you will then have a credit history in America, and you'll also be able to get much, much more bang for your buck that way. We discussed duplexes as well too, multifamily homes, because I know up north in Canada, in the Northeast, I don't know if you remember, but I'm from Boston, Massachusetts myself. So being from the Northeast, seeing triple deckers, quadplexes, duplexes are very, very common up there. Here in Florida, duplexes are actually rather rare. There's only two types of duplexes you'll find, and that's either really old ones in not so great areas, or brand spanking new ones that are going to be super expensive because they're part of a townhome development or in the middle of downtown. So the returns on them are very, very low. Now, duplexes undoubtedly are phenomenal for investment purposes. They're just a difficult find down here because most big developments are either condos, townhouses, villas of that nature, rather than two individual units and then separation, then another individual unit. You know what I mean? So typically, single-family homes do present the best return and the absolute most consistent rental income, because condos and townhomes, they have very high homeowners association HOA fees, and that really cuts into your capital net return at the end of the day. And so, with what you will pay per year in expenses for a single-family home, it's significantly less than with a condo or a townhouse, therefore giving you a much greater yearly return on your money. So I hope this answers a few of those questions that we discussed. If you have any more questions at all, please do not hesitate to email me or give me a ring. I'm certainly looking forward to helping you guys out finding your first property here in the States. And so please, if you have any other questions, like I said, do not hesitate to ask, and I'm certainly here to help. Have a great day.